When I tell you I don't even know where I see myself tomorrow. Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey. Hey. How y'all doing?
I don't even know where to begin. Where do we leave off at? I don't even know, y'all. Oh my gosh. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It's Caramel Coils. This just sounds so crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay, relax. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video. It's been a minute. My last YouTube video was like, sad to say, my last YouTube video was like 7 months ago. The last time I actually sat down and filmed, like, you know, a natural hair video for YouTube, it's been even longer than that. How y'all been? Okay, yeah, so your girl took a little break from YouTube. Well, actually I didn't. I'm still on the break. Actually, I'm still on the break. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, let y'all know that now. I don't want to get your guys' hopes up. Yeah, I'm on a break from YouTube right now. There was no heads up. I kind of just left. And I definitely think I owe y'all. Truthfully, I didn't think, you know, I figured you guys would be indifferent about it. You know, out of sight, out of mind. I was thinking like, you know, they'll forget about it. It's no big deal. I don't need to announce that I won't be here. But over the last few months, I definitely have had quite a few of you guys asking me where I'm at, when am I coming back, I hope I'm okay, and all of the things. And I really, really appreciate you guys. It's like so bittersweet. Bitter because, you know, my leave from YouTube wasn't something that I wanted to do. It's not something that emotionally, it's not what I wanted to do, but it was the best thing for me from the business standpoint, if that makes sense. You know, as y'all know, I'm a full-time content creator. It's no longer just a passion project. It's no longer just something I do for fun on the side. It's my livelihood. And with YouTube, well, before I even get into that, I'm supposed to be doing a deep condition and chill with y'all. So before I even get into all that, not too much of my armpit hair, but before I get into all that, let me start deep conditioning this hair because this is very much dry. I have a deep condition in a couple weeks. But also I rinsed out my conditioner like a little while ago, so my hair is like actually like drying up a bit. So yeah, I'm gonna be using the Curlsmith Hydro Creme Smoothing Mask. This is like soothing mask, sorry. This has been one of my favorite deep conditioners for a minute now. Like I was telling y'all, it's my livelihood. You know, and YouTube, as much as I love YouTube, I feel like low-key YouTube is like my favorite. I'm not really a favorites person, but just the connection and the community I've built here on YouTube, it's just different type of community compared to like Instagram, TikTok, and all of those things. Like, but, you know, transparently, most of my income was coming from partnerships on Instagram, and I never really got many brand deals on YouTube. And just YouTube content, as y'all can imagine, it just takes so much more out of you. It's more time consuming, and I really loved it for a long time, and I still do love it, but when you're putting all that energy, time, and effort into creating content, but you're not really seeing the growth or seeing the financial gain from it, after a while, it really takes a toll on you. Trying to create consistent quality content for all 4 platforms, it is exhausting. YouTube is just a completely different beast. At least with the short form content, you can kind of just like repurpose it. You might switch up the format a little bit, but ultimately it's the same piece of content. Whereas YouTube, you know, cameras flip and it's longer content, obviously, so it takes a lot longer to edit, put together. Although I'm very grateful for how I was able to grow my platforms, it's been pretty like slow and steady. I was at like a plateau in a sense. Like I've been seeing, you know, some of my counterparts on like Instagram and all the short form platforms, I'm seeing like they're reaching these like really big milestones as far as their follower count. Not to say that followers is everything, but definitely helps and is beneficial when it comes to pitching to brands and more lucrative brand deals, and just being on more brands' radars. That's just the reality of it. So no, you don't have to have a lot of followers, but it definitely helps. And again, this is no longer just something I'm doing for funsies. This is real life. So at this point, I had maybe 40,000, I would say, on Instagram at this time. And I'm like, man, I'm seeing my friends or like my other Instagram influencer friends, you know, that started around like the same time as me, at least on Instagram, they're like hitting 100K or like in that ballpark. And I'm like, damn, the quality of my content is good. You know, I have a pretty engaged audience. Something's got to give. One of the main differences between me and them is that I'm trying to juggle a whole other platform. And it's just like, I can only do so much. Also, of all the years that I've been on YouTube, I've never been able to be as consistent as I'd like to be. I can't say that I've ever gone like a whole 5 months plus posted every single week on YouTube. Like that in itself was already a struggle for me. It's always been a struggle for me. So trying to do that while also juggling these other platforms, Instagram, like listen, when it comes to growth on Instagram, they take consistency to a whole another level. And I think also because so many other people are now trying to become content creators, so it's just becoming more saturated and everybody's like putting in all this work and being so consistent and just, you know, trying to make it. Because YouTube is not really making me much money. Yeah, I have like Google AdSense, stuff like that, but it doesn't compare anywhere to the amount of money I was making in brand deals, or that I make in brand deals from like Instagram and stuff like that. I gotta think long term, and long term, you cannot give 110% to all 4 platforms. Like I'm only one person. I don't have an editor. I don't have anybody to really help me. I'm saying I wear so many different hats. Like people will say like, oh, why don't you just hire an editor? See, that's the thing. For me, a huge part of what makes content creation fulfilling for me is being able to, you know, control the creative process, like having a vision and being able to bring that vision to life. But yes, I can hire an editor and, you know, try and articulate my creative style or my personality, how I want that to shine through in my content. Like it just wouldn't be fun for me. Like that, in addition to being able to connect with you guys, putting my heart and my heart and soul into like these videos, sometimes a huge part of that is what makes content creation so rewarding for me. So when you take that away, it's kind of just like, you know. So like I said, y'all, like it wasn't something that I wanted to do. Like I had been fighting the decision to take a break from YouTube for a really long time. I think, but deep down inside I knew, I'm like, man, Steph, if you really want to take things to the next level and reach certain milestones, I'm gonna have to take a step back. But like I said, the community on YouTube is just so different. Like y'all are sitting here watching 10+ minute videos of me, y'all know me on a different level, you know, we just have a different connection. Versus Instagram, like there's only so much of my personality I can get out in a 60-second video or pictures. So YouTube is ultimately what I wanted to do when I started content creation. That's where this all started. Hence why it took me so long to let go. I have to think about what's gonna put me in a better financial position, if that makes sense, you know, because y'all know I'm still living at home with my people, which is a blessing. I don't have to pay rent, and so I've been able to really lock in on content creation and not have to worry about how I'm gonna pay rent or anything like that. I've been able to save an incredible amount of money. I've been able to travel a lot. We're gonna get into that soon, but I had to do what I had to do. And I'm hoping, God willing, in the future, very soon, or not very soon, I don't know, I don't want to say soon, I don't want to make any promises, but I'm hoping, if that's in his plan, that I will be back on YouTube at some point. Until then, y'all just gonna keep getting these shorts. Since taking my break from YouTube, I've actually been able to grow my Instagram. I've damn near been able to double my Instagram following. So I knew this was a step that I needed to take. I don't know, I was able to find comfort in my decision, because with me posting consistently on shorts, I've been able to gain like 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Can you imagine that? So I have like 70,000 subscribers now. Can't tell you the last time I got that many subscribers, new subscribers on YouTube. You know, it's been very slow and steady for me. Because, oh yeah, I didn't even tell y'all, on Instagram I have about 88,000 followers now. But yeah, with this break, I've been able to, like I said, create some really amazing content for Instagram. But also, because I'm pivoting, that's another thing. So I've been pivoting into travel content on my Instagram. You know, my platforms consist of travel, natural hair, beauty, a little bit of lifestyle, you know? And I just wouldn't have been able to do all that had I been on YouTube this whole time. You know, I got my first paid travel gig. Oh my gosh, like that was literally like a dream partnership. It's still an ongoing partnership, but I partnered with this travel agency or travel booking site called Beachbound. To put things into perspective, right, the most I've ever made for my hair partnership is how much I made for my first paid travel gig, which is just incredible. And it was like the trip of a freaking lifetime, y'all. We stayed at this at Secrets Moche Resort in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, which is literally the nicest resort. I just felt so valued. They took such good care of us, and a dream partnership, truly. You know, it feels like my hard work has really paid off. My sacrifices, the hard work, you know, taking that break from YouTube, focusing on, you know, locking in on Instagram and trying to consistently provide quality content, but also a variety of different content, not just hair. So I'm not just like, you know, stuck in this box of only, you know, of washing my hair every twice, 3 times a week to keep the lights on. I'm dragging it, you know. I don't, like I said, I don't pay rent. Shout out to my parents. But yeah, I wish I could have been able to vlog my most recent travels. I mean, honestly, this year there's just so much. Okay, so on one hand, this year has been amazing in the sense that when it comes to traveling and certain opportunities and experiences that I've had in my career, truly have been amazing. Like, I've traveled more than I ever have in my entire life. Like, oh my gosh. So okay, so January was England, February was Dominican Republic for my friend's bachelorette. So I don't know if y'all remember my Tulum vlog. Remember that engagement? Well, they got married in April. We had her bachelorette trip was in February. It was freaking amazing. My first time in DR. Late February, early March, I did a cruise with Virgin Voyages, which I actually vlogged that. I did vlog that, so that will come out eventually. I hope. I can't just waste that. There's no way I can just like throw that out. I did an 8-night Caribbean cruise with them. We went to St. Croix, Bimini, San Juan, and we did DR again. But then May to June was Europe. So I did another cruise with Virgin Voyages, another collaboration, and so y'all might see me on their website. And so we did Santorini, Mykonos, Bodrum, a Turkish island, Rhodes or Rhodos, which is another Greek island. After the cruise, we're like, okay, cool, we got to make the most of being on this side of the world. We should definitely do our own thing for at least like a few days after the cruise, you know. So we decided to do Corfu, which is another Greek island, but that was like, oh my gosh, just was like a dream. You know, it's not your typical whitewashed buildings like, you know, Santorini and Mykonos. It's like very green. It has a Venetian feel to it. Like, and we secured my first hotel collaboration in Corfu, which was a freaking dream. I don't know if y'all remember when I was in Jamaica, like I was trying to pitch to S Hotel and like I was pitching to them like while I was already there. So that was kind of crazy, but you know, closed mouths don't get fed. But point is, y'all know how much I've been dying to get a hotel collaboration or travel collaborations in general. Yeah, I pitched to like 30 different hotels in different islands in Greece, and it was all no, or we're fully booked, we're not interested. And at the 11th hour, literally, kid you not, Lexi and I were in Mykonos with our last stop on the cruise, and we literally had no accommodations booked. Literally nothing was booked. Our flight wasn't for another like basically week or like 5 days after the cruise. And while I was in Mykonos, I was like, you know what? I've heard a few people mention Corfu, but I hadn't looked into it much. Found this one hotel, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just copy and paste my pitch, tweak it a little bit. And kid y'all not, we heard back from them in like an hour, maybe 2 hours, saying that they'd love to collaborate, they love to host our stay. I couldn't have asked for a better hotel collaboration. First time hotel collaboration. July I didn't travel, but then August is when I had the beach bound where we went to Playa del Carmen in Mexico. I've been to like 8 or 9 different places this year, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like this year has been all perfect, because it really hasn't. Like, truthfully, transparently, this is like the slowest things have been for me financially. So I definitely didn't make as much money as I made last year, for sure. I mean, the year's not over yet and things are starting to pick up, thank God. But I think it's just a mixture of me pivoting on Instagram and not just posting solely natural hair content, but also brands not aligning, the budget just not aligning, because, you know, I know my worth, and because I live at home, I don't have to sell myself short. I know the value I bring to brands and all of that stuff. I say all that to say things have been really, really slow on one hand, but then, you know, it's been phenomenal on another hand. Like, I've traveled more than I ever have, which is like literally one of my biggest goals for this year. So I'm hoping next year, God willing, travel as much as I have been, or probably even more, and have more brand deals, get more money. What else? I said I was gonna go answer some questions. Let me go ahead and do that once I detangle this section right here. All right, so let's get into a couple of these questions, but truthfully, I think I answered most of them. Hey, finally coming back from the good life, huh? Nah, I don't know what to ask. Life looks like it's been a blessing for you. Truthfully, it has been a blessing. You know, like I already told y'all, it's been a blessing. Yeah, full stop, period. It's been a blessing. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and act like life has been perfect and, you know, I'm just sitting on, you know, bankroll. I'm traveling the world, Well, I have been traveling the world, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. You still moving to Houston, Yuri? Listen, that is like a dream. Hopefully, I don't want to be in Miami. I don't know if I've ever really expressed that to y'all. I'm so over Miami. Like, when I first graduated college, I didn't want to move back home. I didn't. But, you know, life happens, and I'm glad that I did, because I wouldn't have been able to focus on content creation and live the life that I've been living had I not come back home. But I'm just over Miami. I'm dying to get the up out of here. But my income is not consistent enough for me to get up and leave right now. Right now, I'm enjoying the luxury of being able to travel whenever the hell I want. You know what I'm saying? Comfortably and not without a stress in the world. Yeah, I'm definitely not ready to give that up yet, because part of that is a part of my career as well. God willing, you know, when it's time for me to move, somewhere like Houston is definitely on my list. Really the only place that I can really think of right now that I would want to move to. Cost of living in Miami is just so ridiculous. I want to be around more people that look like me. I want to be around more young black professionals. I've also been here my whole life, you know. And are you single, dating, situationships? What's the tea, sis? What's new? Any little boo thing? I got a couple of those type of questions. I am definitely ain't in those situationships. That's for sure. I'm not doing that shit no more. That's dead. That's super dead. I'm single and I'm enjoying life. That's what I'm doing. I'm open to just like experiencing people, you know? Truthfully, I don't want to be in a relationship right now. Like, it just requires a different level of selflessness, and just the future for me is just so uncertain right now. I don't want any commitments. Like, I'm just not interested in that. If somehow the man of my dreams comes and sweeps me off my feet, if somehow God puts a man on my doorstep and is like, hey, this is the one, then okay, I cross that bridge when I get there. But as of right now, that's not something that I'm actively looking for. I'm just looking to have a good time, experience people for what they are. And yeah, where do you want to travel to next? I have so many places on my list. But definitely at the top of my list would be Brazil, Dominica, not Dominican Republic, but Dominica, by St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Lucia. That Dominica, just in case anybody was wondering it.
So I've actually had quite a few of you guys here on YouTube and on Instagram ask me when I'm going to host a group trip. And when I tell y'all that is literally a dream of mine, it's definitely on my bucket list, and it's something that I'm kind of sort of trying to see if I can make happen sometime next year. So if you're watching this and that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and leave your email for me in the comment section. I'm not exactly sure when, but I do want to send a form out to you guys to just gauge the interest and get a feel for what everyone's budget is, destination, you know, length of the trip, like all of that stuff. So go ahead and leave your email for me in the comments, and let's get back to the video.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Listen, when I tell you I don't even know where I see myself tomorrow or next week, much less 5 years, girl, I couldn't tell you. I don't know, travel, I don't know, 5 years from now, God, I'm gonna be in like my early 30s, like 30, 31, that's not that, 31. God willing, I'd like to have my own place, whether that be an apartment or, you know, owning a home, living my best, like, travel life, making great money, and just living a really fruitful life. But yeah, y'all, that pretty much sums up everything. That's enough about me, though. I'd love to know, like, what y'all been up to. So let me know in the comments what y'all have been up to, because I feel like some of y'all, like, I interacted with regularly in the comments, so I know about some things that y'all had going on. Like, I know when I first posted my, like, oh, I'm quitting my job video, a few of you guys were saying that you also were on the same path. And or even if you didn't comment on that video, in general, just like let me know what you have been up to. I'm curious. And yeah, so that pretty much sums up today's video, y'all. Again, you know, unfortunately, this is not my, like, I'm back to YouTube video. You know, I definitely owed y'all an explanation. I just, like I said, I didn't think y'all would care. But, you know, with all the DMs and messages I've gotten over the last few months, I'm like, okay, I definitely owed y'all that. But also I have a upcoming brand deal for YouTube with a brand that I'm constantly promoting organically all the time. This will be my first time doing a paid collaboration with them. Y'all have seen me feature that brand on my channel multiple times before, so it won't be anything new for y'all. But like I said, I couldn't pass up that opportunity, but also I couldn't just come on here with a sponsored content after leaving y'all hanging for 6 months. So this is just like a little, you know, catch y'all up where I've been. You know, I still love y'all, no love lost. I hope that when time comes, God willing, that I do make an appearance back on YouTube, I hope y'all haven't forgot about me. So go ahead and let me know in the comments if you're one of my OG subscribers, or even if you're not an OG subscriber, if you came here from YouTube Shorts. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'd love to chat with y'all some in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Thank you so much for being here for so long. Like, oh my gosh, now I'm about to get emotional. This content creator journey hasn't been easy, but I'm really grateful with the community that I've fostered on here, on Instagram. But yeah, not trying to get all sappy and stuff, but I will see y'all in my next, oh yeah,
and if y'all made it this far, make sure to leave some hearts for your girl in the comments, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next video.